Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Damaris Lie.
I'm Aria.
And we're
Soju for Two.
Okay, so next we're going to be doing and watching now a Fashion King.
Awesome.
Which we're really excited about because we're in fashion with our family and we just absolutely love that there's a fashion story that's going to be taking place in New York, but we'll talk about that.
We'll get to the New York in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main three characters, I tend to just do for the love triangle because I know where it's going to go. Okay, so we have Yoo Ah-in plays Kang Young-gul. Shin Se-kyung plays Lee Ga-young, and Lee Jae-hoon plays Young Jae-hug. Okay, so we need to first mention that Yoo Ah-in was obviously in Sung Kwan Kwan Scandal.
And we were really waiting for him to be a lead because I just think he's so awesome.
And he was one of our favorite parts of Sung Kwan Kwan Scandal, so we're really happy that he's in there. And we need to mention Lee Jae-hoon. We've never seen him in anything before.
No.
I know he's been in a bunch of movies.
We're sad that we never saw him in anything.
We think he's really, really handsome.
Yeah, we liked him
and
a lot.
We're really happy that he's in this.
We talked about fashion, but I think a lot of it has to do with his fashion is so amazing.
Epic.
It's like Flower Boy to the 10th power.
Yeah, it's on par with Lee Min-ho and Boys Over Flowers.
But almost more because he's older.
Yeah.
So he's wearing just full suits that are craziest things you've ever seen. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
We're really excited for him.
Okay, so with the characters here, I mean, what's kind of going on is we have sort of a Cinderella story with the main female lead. You know, she's kind of being worked to the bone, and she's really talented. And then and kind of by this woman who's raising her, who's really wealthy and is obviously abusing her, and she's vicious, really just a negative character. And then the main male lead, he does a great job of he's kind of copycat of major fashion lines, and then he's sort of really good at figuring stuff out for himself. I think he's really independent. And then the other second lead, obviously, he's sort of this rich brat who obviously met the main female lead before, and we all know
there's gonna be a love triangle happening here because of course she's plucky and she's underprivileged or whatever. So, but we know it's gonna work out for her. But we need to say that this drama went in such a different direction in episode 2 than what I was expecting.
It was kind of dark. Okay, this is why it's dark, and this is obviously just a comment for people who lived in New York. And that deal with fashion in New York a lot. When they're showing the pin, the big button with the sewing through it. Yeah, we're there every week.
We spend our life there.
So I think that when they show New Yorkers in New York, it's either they're fighting, in gang fights.
Yes.
They are mean, vicious, racist, white people, or they're just really loud mouth and huge Americans.
Yeah, I think super overweight. So it's there seems to be a lot of stereotypes happening here about New York, and then New York just seems like this dangerous, scary place where you don't want to go.
I would say if you're from another country,
don't be so afraid of New York.
We went to school for 4 years in New York City,
in the Bronx.
Which is notoriously oh, people don't live in the Bronx, and then we always are in Fashion District, and it's not that scary. So
if you've never been to New York, please do not be this scared of New York. And I think that
we're not all racist.
Yeah, we're not all racist, angry people. So don't worry about that. So that's why we worry about stereotypes because we're obviously making the dramas and we're not Korean, and that always makes us a little leery. But it's also they're in Mexico for the part of the thing, and somehow magically in one day he goes from Mexico to New York on a
walking
and on a truck. I'm not really sure how that happened. How did he get through immigration? There's a lot of weird things that happened in this second episode.
But we're gonna overlook that. It's gonna be Creating Destiny. We're gonna move past the beginning and just keep going.
Because we really like
a disclaimer.
Yeah, we really like all of the sort of the fashion parts, and clearly she's gonna be amazing fashion. But it's sort of an interesting second episode. It was totally not what we were expecting at all. But we definitely
kind of made us sad.
Yeah, it definitely kind of made us a little bit sad. So we get on to misunderstanding, mistaken identity. So clearly there's going to be an issue with her parents. Clearly she comes from a better background or whatever that's going to happen.
And misunderstanding in the beginning. I mean, she gets accepted full ride to this fashion school, and then and because of this mean caretaker, she kind of forges a letter saying she didn't want to accept it, and she gets to New York City and she's not accepted.
It's stranded there.
So I think that there's going to be a ton of misunderstanding.
Yes. And so bad guy turned good. So clearly that we know that the second lead is going to make that transition because right now he's a real jerk and he needs to get sort of life into perspective.
The whole romance hasn't really happened at all with piggyback rides or kisses. We haven't really had.
But we did have shirtless Yeah, and laying on
running
her.
into each other.
That was good. We like that. He's been shirtless like in a lot of this episode, so we like that. That helps.
That's okay.
So fashion. So clearly it's great.
Yeah.
What I like about this one was interesting. She has all these sort of fashion samples. She's all of her sketches, and then one jacket. She's clearly wearing like that jacket.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting to me. And his fashion's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got great.
Both
clothing.
guys, because you have like the motorcycle, like the whole sort of
Urban,
deconstructed look, and then you have like white
tailors.
suits. I mean, so amazing. Like I've honestly to say that a guy is wearing a white suit with black shoes, black tie, and have it not look like absolutely wild
Crazy, yeah.
is. And he's always wearing like these huge jackets.
And with like I love when you do the jackets that have sort of the band that hooks it, and they don't put their actual sleeves in. Oh my god, it's
amazing
gorgeous.
fashion. If you're interested in men's fashion, I feel like this is a great drama to watch.
And what's interesting about this too, what I love about dramas is she's got one little suitcase that's this big, and she's got all these giant jackets. That's okay.
Because it's Korea, they all have awesome jackets.
They all have awesome jackets, and I do a lot of packing, and I can never get those many jackets in there.
So we were saying, like, this is called Fashion King. Yeah. And actually, at the moment, I don't know who's going to be the Fashion King. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's probably going to be the main male lead, but it could be the other guy, too, so... You know, I don't know.
Or maybe they're gonna like battle it out
to be the king,
and to be the fashion king in both senses.
It's not fashion queen. I mean, so she's not. She's just obviously gonna help them, but she's not gonna be like, you know, the lead unless it's a mistranslation.
Yeah, which could happen. But yeah, so this one is really interesting because we really are definitely going to watch it, and we really like a lot of the people in this.
Just had a couple qualms,
but it was sort of a weird sort of beginning episodes. It wasn't exactly where we thought it was going for a show called Fashion King. Yeah. And then I think we're definitely gonna keep watching.
We're excited. Okay, talk to you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.